Well, a moment you will only see here on 8. A third defendant in the current trial surrounding the Bunkerville standoff is released from custody just a few hours ago. The I-Team's Vanessa Murphy was there as it happened and filed this report just moments after.
Ryan Payne just walked out of the federal courthouse after being in custody for nearly 23 months. He is one of 4 defendants in the Bundy trial going on right now. Ryan Payne met by his fiancée and supporters Friday afternoon. He is released from custody with conditions. Federal prosecutors argue the Montana militia leader was an organizer behind the Bunkerville standoff in 2014. Payne declined to comment specifically to the media, but said this.
Yes, but for everybody who's been supporting all of us all this time, I'd like to say a prayer with you if we could.
Among the supporters, Carol Bundy, wife of cattle rancher Cliven Bundy. He has declined the judge's offer for release from custody, while his 2 sons, Ryan and Ammon Bundy, accepted. The 4 defendants are accused of conspiracy, threatening a law enforcement officer, and more. This goes back to 2014, when the Bureau of Land Management seized Bundy's cattle, which was illegally grazing on public land. Supporters showed up, some of them armed. Law enforcement was outnumbered, and the cattle was released shortly after.
Let me tell you something. As we say our prayers, and as I stand here today, my husband loves each of the 19 men that stood and sit in jail and still sit in jail today, and he will not walk out until he is a free man. Free from a court that does not have jurisdiction over any of this.
If convicted, all 4 defendants could spend the rest of their lives in prison. Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
I'm going to make a statement today for my husband, and I'm going to challenge the press to use my words and not twist them and not edit them and not make them something that they're not. My family made a stand in 2014. We made a peaceful protest, and we exercised our First and Second Amendment rights. 2 years later, they're picked up on the street doing nothing. They've been innocent men in jail for 2 years. They've been treated poorly. Let me tell you how they bring them from here to there. They shackle them. They shackle their feet. They put a chain around their waist. They put a box between their hands, and they tighten their hands tight. They put them in the back of their vans, and they drive with helicopters flying overhead, with cars in the front and in the back, and they drive very unsafely, not only for the men that are sliding back and forth inside those vans, but also for anybody else that's in the road. They endanger every single person every single day. This is America today. Let me tell you something. My husband says this court lacks jurisdiction over this matter. These are Nevada water rights. They are being held in a court that lacks jurisdiction over this matter, and they've been held almost 2 years away from their families. And my husband cannot accept and will not accept the conditions that they put on him if he was to walk out today. And let me tell you something, as we say our prayers, and as I stand here today, my husband loves each of the 19 men that stood and sit in jail and still sit in jail today, and he will not walk out until he is a free man. Free from a court that does not have jurisdiction over any of this. And I challenge you to not cut what I say and make it your own agenda. And that is the message we have today.
We love you, Carol. We love you. We're behind you 100%.